Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. In this module, we are going to talk about the vernacular place. Till date, you are aware about the evolution of press, evolution of journalism and all. In this module, we will focus on vernacular press. As I told you that you are aware about journalism. So, journalism comes from the term journal. It refers to research papers, published papers and referred papers. Prior to 17th-18th century, the term periodical was used as its replacement. Later on, it was replaced by the term diurnal and journal. In 20th century, more emphasis was given to the matter published in the journal. Later on, journal was included in the hierarchy of research papers and literary criticism. Journalism is an act of compilation of news, selection and communication of news. Medium is the tool through which journalistic process is brought together. Mass medium is the type of publication, broadcast, etc., through which a message is conveyed. The printing and publishing of newspaper, magazines started in India with the advent of East India Company. British ruled the Indian subcontinent till 1947. Several highs and lows associated with this rule. Divide and rule was the motto of this rule. It was during this rule that the first Hindi newspaper got published under the editorship of Pandit Jugal Kishore Shukla on 30th June 1826, and its name was Udant Martand. We know about Udant Martand, which was published from Calcutta, and how Pandit Jugal Kishore did and how this paper came into existence. So, Udant Martand was the first Hindi newspaper in India. Some of the major journalistic endeavors of this period are India Gazette in November 78, Calcutta Gazette in February 1784, Bengal Gazette in February 1784, Oriental Magazine in 1785, Madras Courier on 28th October 1785. Till 1817, all the publication and publishers preferred English. In 1818, first Hindi monthly journal Digdarshan was published. 2 months later, weekly newspaper Bengal Gazette and Samachar Darpan were published. Some prominent periods in which this era journalism can be subdivided are Renaissance period of Hindi journalism, which can be said between 1857 to 1900, period of Bal Gangadhar Tilak in Hindi journalism 1900 to 1919, period of Gandhian journalism during 1920 to 1947. This period can broadly be classified into different periods, and these are the link between literature and journalism, Bhartendu period of Hindi journalism, journalism in late 19th century, Dwivedi period of Hindi journalism and post-independence period of Hindi journalism. Some other features of this era are the transition in Hindi journalism post-independence. Prominent newspapers of this era, which are Swatantrata, published from Calcutta in 1920, Karmavir, published from Jabalpur, Khandwa in 1920, Madhuri, Chand, published in the year 1922, Samanvay 1922, Matribhumi 1922, Chandrika 1922, Arjun 1923, Manorma 1924, Sainik 1925, Maharathi 1925, Matwala 1926, Sudhara 1927, Sudha 1927, Vishal Bharat 1928, Hindi Milap 1929, Yuvak 1929, Maya 29, Hans 1930, 1931, Ganga, published from Bhagalpur 1930, Navashakti Yogi 1934, Jagran Varanasi 1932. So, these were very important and prominent newspaper which played a very important role in Hindi journalism. India has officially recognized language The 1961 and 1971 census has listed 1652 languages as mother tongue spoken in India. The Indo-Aryan branch of Indo-European family came into India with Aryans. It is the biggest of the language group in India. The Dravidian family is the second largest group in India, and it was present in India centuries before the Indo-Aryans. But with independence, the question of common language naturally came up. It was put to vote and Hindi won by the margin of a single vote, and this is how Hindi became the official language of India. The mass media, particularly print medium, radio and television, were the first two affected by the language wave. The regional language press soon overtook the English newspapers and periodicals both in number of publication and in circulation. Malayalam press tops all the language dailies and weeklies. Following it, Bengali newspapers and Tamil and Gujarati press are there. This part of module henceforth will focus on the Bengali and Malayalam language press. First, we should focus on Marathi journalism. The Marathi press played a very important role in development of journalism in second half of 19th century. It campaigned for social as well as political issues. There is a controversy regarding the first Marathi newspaper to be published. Some considered it to be Darpan from Mumbai on 6 January 1832, while some other considered Mumbapur Vartaman was the first Marathi newspaper to be published on 20th July 1928. However, no single copy of it can be found today. Meanwhile, Darpan played a notable role in social reform movement and had considerable influence on the mass. Bal Shastri Jamvekar is considered the father of Marathi journalism. He started publishing first Marathi monthly Digdarshan and edited it for 5 years. Govind Vittal Kunte on October 24, 1841 began Prabhakar. Kunte was considered to be the first professional Marathi journalist. Bal Gangadhar Tilak began publishing Kesari from January 4, 1881 along with Gopal Ganesh Agarkar. Within 2 years of its publication, Kesari was attracting far more readers than any other regional newspaper in India. The newspaper was portraying the suffering of people along with actual events. Gopal Ganesh Agarkar left Kesari in 1887 to start Sudharak, a bilingual, along with Gopal Krishna Gokhale. The bilingual ceased publication after Agar's death in 1895. Mahadev Govind Ranade noted the existence of 3 daily newspapers, 2 of which were published in Bombay. They were the Mumbai Vaibhav, started and edited by K.P. Mahandale in 1893, and Gorakhi, edited by L.N. Joshi. This is how we see that Marathi journalism played a very vital role in Indian freedom struggle along with Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Journalism in Orissa had its origin in missionary activities and later in reformist nationalist activities. The mission press in Cuttack, set up in 1837, brought out the first Odia journal Gyanaruna in 1849 and Prabodh Chandrika in 1856. The first Oriya newspaper to be printed was Weekly Utkal Deepika by Gauri Shankar Ray in 1866. It played a significant role in socio-political life of Odisha. A number of newspapers were published in Oriya in last 3.5 decades of 19th century, such as Utkal Deepika, Utkal Patra and Utkal Hitasini from Cuttack, Utkal Darpan, Sambhava Bahika from Balasore, Sambalpur Hitasi from Devgarh. The first Odia daily Dainik Asha was published from Behrampur in 1928 by Sasibhushan Rath. Meanwhile, Pandit Gopal Bandhu Das founded Samaja as weekly in 1919 to support freedom struggle of country. It was made a daily in 1930. National and reputed newspapers stand on the basis of a strong network, costly advertisement and popularity. But regional newspapers have not been able to form such a strong network. They face many problems in continuing themselves at time. Such newspapers have a limited circulation. These are regional newspapers and have limited number of readers. They cover local news, national political events, sports, travel, arts and craft, local timetables and fairs and festivals. Due to their limited circulation, these are unable to get advertisements and reputed corporate firms, MNCs and firms. As such, their revenues don't touch decent level to enable them to think big. Language is another problem. Most of the small newspapers are published in regional languages or dialects. In addition, it is not possible for them to shift to any major language. The quality of printing is also very poor. Many newspapers of this category have started using imported offset process to print their products. Still, they have a long way to go. Their future is moderately bright only in their respective regions. They are not likely to become national level newspapers. The quality of editorials, articles and features of such newspaper is doubtful. Reputed authors and features write and they are not supported. That is why, because of their inability to pay good remuneration to these authors and writers, most of these newspapers are published in black and white, though some of these have come out with color edition as well as they have included supplements also. So dear students, in this module we talked about vernacular press. Vernacular press really had played a vital role even in freedom struggle and after freedom. When we got independence, the urgent needs were develop the nation, to build a nation, to make the country strong, and vernacular press including Hindi, Marathi and Orissa Journalism, and other than this also they helped a lot, and this is how India, we completed 70 years of Indian independence and we are growing, we are building a nation. In building of nation, vernacular press has played an important role. So dear friends, we should have our vision very clear and about the role of vernacular press. Although I talked about their quality, about their presence in the society, but they are very important. They have played a very important role and they are still continuing, because still India is a country of villages and remote areas are there where vernacular press, they are working very hard and they are playing a role to reach to the mass. Thank you.